She smiled at me while the police put handcuffs on my wrists. That smile is the last thing I remember before my whole world turned upside down. My name doesn't matter right now. What matters is this: the person who framed me for a crime, the person who lied to the police, the person who watched me get arrested was my own cousin. Someone I grew up with. Someone I trusted with my life. If you think family will always protect you, stay till the end of this video because what happened to me will change the way you look at family loyalty forever. This is a true-to-life story about betrayal, lies, and one girl's fight to prove her innocence. Let's get into it. My name is Emily. I was 24 years old, living in a small town in Ohio, working as an assistant manager at a local jewelry store. Life wasn't perfect, but it was mine. I had a small apartment, a used Honda Civic I was proud of, and a job I actually liked. My cousin, Rachel, was 2 years older than me. Growing up, people always compared us. Rachel was the golden child of the family, pretty, confident, always got what she wanted. I was the quiet one, the one who worked hard but never got noticed. When Rachel lost her job and started struggling financially, I did what any good cousin would do. I let her stay with me for a few weeks. I helped her with rent. I even got her a part-time job at the same jewelry store where I worked. I thought I was helping her rebuild her life. I had no idea I was about to become the biggest mistake of her plan. One evening in October, the store manager called an emergency meeting. Nearly $8,000 worth of jewelry was missing from the safe. Diamond rings, gold chains, a few designer watches gone. The police were called in immediately. And when the detective asked who had access to the safe that week, there were only 2 names on the list. Mine and Rachel's. Let me take you back a little further so you understand how deep this betrayal really went. Rachel had always been jealous of me, even though she never said it out loud. When we were teenagers, she used to accidentally tell my secrets to other people. She once told her whole family I had failed a class when I actually got an A. Small lies. Petty things. I brushed it off as that's just Rachel being Rachel. But when she moved in with me, something felt different. She started asking a lot of questions about my job, how the safe worked, who had the access codes, when the security cameras were serviced, what time the manager left every night. At the time, I thought she was just curious, maybe even trying to learn the job faster. I was wrong. 2 weeks before the jewelry went missing, Rachel asked me to write down the safe code, just in case. She needed to open the store alone one day. I didn't think twice. She was my cousin. Family doesn't lie to family, or so I believed. On the night the jewelry disappeared, I had already left the store. My shift ended at 6. Rachel's shift ended at 9. She was the last person to lock up that night. But when detectives reviewed the security footage, something strange had happened. The main camera near the safe had a technical glitch for exactly 11 minutes. 11 minutes where the screen just showed static. Coincidentally, that gap happened during Rachel's shift. A few days later, I got a call from my manager asking me to come to the store. When I arrived, there were 2 police officers waiting for me. They asked me basic questions at first: where I was that night, who I told about the safe code, if I had any financial problems. I answered everything honestly, because I had nothing to hide. Then one of the officers said something that made my stomach drop. Your cousin, Rachel, told us you asked her to distract the manager while you accessed the safe. I stood there in shock. My own cousin had told the police that I planned the theft, and that she only helped because she was scared of me. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. This was the same girl I let sleep on my couch. The same girl I helped pay rent for. The same girl I trusted with my house key. She wasn't just avoiding blame, she was actively pointing the finger at me. The police searched my apartment. They found nothing because obviously I had nothing to find. But Rachel had been smart. She made sure to plant small pieces of evidence, a receipt from a pawn shop 3 towns away, with my name loosely mentioned by an anonymous tip. I was arrested that same week. I remember sitting in that small room at the police station, shaking, trying to explain that I had nothing to do with this. But when someone you trust builds a convincing lie, the truth can feel powerless against it. The next few weeks were the darkest of my life. I lost my job immediately. Obviously, no jewelry store keeps an employee under criminal investigation. My name started spreading around town. People I had known for years suddenly looked at me differently. Some neighbors stopped saying hello. My landlord even asked if I was planning to cause trouble in the building. My parents were confused and hurt. They didn't want to believe I did it, but Rachel's mother, my aunt, kept defending her daughter, saying there was no way sweet Rachel would ever lie. I felt like the entire world had turned against me overnight, and the person responsible for it was sitting somewhere pretending to be a victim. I hired a lawyer with the small savings I had left. His name was Mr. Daniels, an older man with a calm voice and sharp eyes. He was the first person who looked at me and said, "I believe you. Now, let's prove it." He explained that in cases like this, emotions don't matter in court, evidence does. And unfortunately, right now, the evidence looked bad for me because Rachel had been clever enough to make herself look like a victim too. But Mr. Daniels noticed something the police had overlooked: the security camera glitch. He requested the full technical maintenance logs of the store's security system, something the initial investigation never bothered to check deeply. It turned out the cameras hadn't malfunctioned on their own. Someone had manually adjusted the settings from the store's back office computer 11 minutes before the glitch began. And computer logins require a personal password: Rachel's. My lawyer immediately submitted this as evidence. But Rachel's lawyer argued that maybe someone else knew her password, trying to protect her once again. That's when something unexpected happened. The store manager, Mr. Collins, came forward with something he had been hesitant to share earlier: a text message Rachel had sent him 2 days before the theft, asking odd questions about insurance coverage on stolen jewelry. At the time, he assumed she was just curious about store policy. But once he heard about the missing items, the timing felt suspicious enough that he saved the message. Slowly, piece by piece, the real picture was forming. Then came the biggest break in the case. A pawn shop owner in a nearby town recognized Rachel's photo when detectives revisited the case with fresh eyes. He confirmed that a woman matching her description had sold several gold pieces just 2 days after the store robbery, using a fake ID with a different name. The store's stolen items were partially traced back to that very pawn shop. When detectives brought Rachel in for further questioning with this new evidence, her confident story started falling apart. She tried to stick to her lie at first, insisting she had nothing to do with it. But when they showed her the security footage from the pawn shop and the login records from the store's computer, she broke down. She admitted everything. She had planned the theft because she was drowning in debt from a series of bad decisions, money she owed to people she didn't want our family to know about. She thought if she framed me, no one would suspect her, since I was the responsible one who had access to the safe too. She said the words that still echo in my mind to this day. "I knew you'd be able to handle it better than me. You're stronger than I am." As if that justified destroying my life to protect her own. The charges against me were dropped almost immediately. My name was cleared. The jewelry store issued a public statement acknowledging the mistake, though the damage to my reputation in that small town had already been done. Rachel, on the other hand, was formally charged with theft, fraud, and filing a false police report. I wish I could tell you everything went back to normal after that, but the truth is, some things never fully heal. I got my name cleared, but I didn't get my old life back. I had to move to a new town to start over, away from the whispers and stares. It took months before I could trust anyone new in my life the way I used to trust people instantly. My relationship with that side of the family changed forever. My aunt never fully apologized, still defending Rachel in small ways even after the truth came out. Some cousins stayed close to me. Others distanced themselves, uncomfortable with the family drama. But I also learned something important through all of this. Rachel eventually served time for what she did. I won't pretend I don't still feel hurt when I think about those weeks I spent fearing I would lose my entire future because of someone I loved and trusted. But I also don't let that pain control me anymore. Looking back now, I understand something that I think everyone should hear. So that's my story, how my own cousin framed me for a crime I never committed, and how the truth finally set me free. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this video, it's this: never let someone else's lies define who you are. Stay patient, stay strong, and always trust in the truth, even during your darkest days, because the truth always finds its way to the light. If this story touched you, moved you, or taught you something today, give this video a like and let me know in the comments what you would have done in my situation. And if you enjoy real-life stories like this one, make sure to subscribe for more videos like this, because there are many more powerful stories still to come.